Hey guys, what's going on? Here for another review. I have the DPX H.E.S.T today. I'm filming on my smartphone. Sorry if it's a little shaky. Hopefully it isn't. I got this thing in a trade. It was a knife I was expecting, honestly, to completely hate. Ended up being one of my favorite knives. I don't carry it as much as I should because I have a work knife that's just easier to use with gloves. I use rubber gloves or leather gloves a whole lot in what I do. Anyway, yeah, so I figured since I brought it today, I forgot my other one at the house, brought this one. I figured I'd do a review on it. I'm not too busy over here at work. Okay. So yeah, this is the DPX H.E.S.T. It's D2 blade right there. You can see his initials on the top, RYP. I don't know what the hell his name stands for. DPX. You got your number on there. Anyway, guys, this thing is really an awesome knife for everyday carry. I'm not sure what other colors they come in. I know there's a Heat, a DPX Heat. But yeah, man, this thing is just awesome. I just want to start right off the bat with one thing that really kind of just makes me a little mad that people cry about, and that is this thing. I think it's called a rotary lock or something. Come on. Okay, right there, you see it says locked, open on the lock bar. Well, basically what it does, can't get in there. There's a little thing in there that rotates. Okay, this little piece rotates and locks. Now this lock bar is not coming out. It will not come out. So it's basically like a fixed blade. Now, a lot of people say it's gimmicky, this, that, and this, whatever. Me personally, it doesn't do anything for the knife. I feel like he was pretty, I don't know if I should say innovative. I don't know if he invented it, but he used his resources wisely. Instead of just putting a stop pin there and wasting however much a stop pin weighs, you know, an ounce, maybe half an ounce. Not half an ounce, 0.1 ounce, whatever. He actually gave it a function other than an overextender or an overextending protection for the lock bar. You know, a lot of your expensive knives will have a very early lockup on it. This one is, let me see. This one is like right at 50%. But some of the knives, even the expensive ones, especially Striders, I'm sorry, I had a very crappy experience with Strider knives. Anyway, you spine whack them, like hit them on your hand, your leg, like this, and the lock will pop out and it'll close on you. Well, what makes me mad about it is a lot of people talk crap about this, again, being gimmicky or whatever. Well, if that expensive knife that was doing that had that, it'd still be pretty dangerous, but it's not going to come off on you. It's not going to unlock on you. It's not going to do anything you aren't expecting, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but if you don't like it, you don't have to knock it. Just don't use it. I mean, like I said, I don't see how it's hurting anything. It doesn't add any weight to it. It just adds an extra function. That's it, you know. Anyway, there's that little thing. Let's see. I got this thing used, so I'm not exactly sure how sharp the glass breaker was on it, but I would assume pretty sharp. Right now it's you can see a little bit is taken off the top of it. It's not very sharp, but I still trust it. It has Teflon washers on the inside, and I put some stuff similar to Chris Reeves grease on it, and it made it very stiff. If you own one of these and ever try to take it apart, you'll know that it's probably one of the hardest knives to take apart. Not in terms of putting it back together and everything, but just literally getting the scale off is really hard. I'm not sure if it would be just how tight his tolerances are. I hate tolerances, but yeah, I literally had to pry this G10 scale off. It was very, very tight, even with none of the screws in, the pivot, nothing was on there. Took the glass breaker off and everything, and it was extremely hard to get off. The blade is super awesome. I love the belly on it, the thickness. It's very thick. It's not as long as I would like, but it's very awesome. Seems like it would do whatever it's supposed to do very well, which is cut stuff. The G10 is very grippy. The titanium, I know this is going to sound weird, but the lock bar side is a lot more slick than other titanium that I used. See if I can get it. Shows fingerprints and everything really bad. That's about the only real thing I would say I don't like about this knife, is just how slippery this side is. The Teflon washers, guys, sorry I'm jumping around, are just ridiculously smooth. I mean, I love it. I really do. Okay. Let's go over a couple of things. H.E.S.T, I don't remember what the first two, but the last two letters stand for survival tool. On this knife, you have a bottle opener right here. Let me open it. Okay, on this knife, guys, you have a bottle opener right here. This is weird. Right here. Okay. These are supposedly like to strip wire or something to do with wire. I don't work with wire, so I have no idea how good or how well that will function. Bottle opener, haven't used it. And then you have a hex screw little area. This would definitely not be useful for little hex screws. Like if you have a little hex screws for taking the knife apart, for example, they will not fit in this. This one is a much bigger, for much bigger bits to use. You have your glass breaker, and you have this, I think it's called the roto lock or whatever it is, which I absolutely love, if I'm being honest. And I think that's about all the things that it has function wise, which is a great deal if you ask me. Like I said, he utilized the knife very well. He put as many things as possible, in my opinion, on a knife that you could. One cool thing I read about after I did it, when I first got this thing, I was carrying it around a whole lot. Just seeing my finger, guys, I'm sorry, I don't know how long that was there. Yeah, one thing I learned about this knife when I was carrying it around was that this weight, or the bottle opener, when in your pocket, I pulled it out kind of at an angle, and whenever I pulled it out, the wave, or the bottle opener part, got caught on the lip of my jeans, and it actually acted like an Emerson wave feature. I did it again a couple times because I was like, what the hell, I didn't pull it out open. And it was very weird. I Googled it. Blade Forum said the same thing. Does it act as a wave? Some people said yes, some people said no. For me, guys, it worked perfect. It was having a problem opening about there, but after practicing a little bit, it was opening very well. Now, what I was saying earlier, sorry again for the jumping around, I put some Chris Reeves type of blue, or like that real thick grease in there on the Teflon washers, and it made it very stiff. I used it because a lot of people were recommending it, and thought I'd give it a try. It's the one that comes in the syringe. I think it's called, oh man, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, it comes in a big syringe. You can buy it on Amazon. I think it was only like $10 for a big old syringe. Probably lasts you forever. But I put it on here, like I said, very similar to Chris Reeves grease, and guys, it made it just really stiff. Like every time I tried to flick it, it would just open about here, and then I had to wrist flick it the rest of the way open. So it kind of pissed me off. I left it like that for a couple months. Like I said, this thing was really hard to take apart, so after putting it back together and everything, the pivot was tight and perfect. It was just really stiff, I guess is the best way to say it. No matter how loose the pivot was, it was just very stiff. So after looking at it and wanting to carry it again, I took it apart again, cleaned all the really thick grease off, and put some ballistol, which I actually got for my guns, because if y'all watch any of Hitchcock 45's videos on YouTube, he pretty much swears by ballistol. And I got me a can whenever I got my first couple guns, and it's amazing, guys. It's really, really awesome. So I put some on it, and I mean, it flicks. I mean, look at that. These Teflon washers, I'm not even joking, they're just ridiculously smooth. I mean, can you hear it? I know it sounds like it's kind of grinding, but oh man, is that smooth. Yeah, so in the hand, this thing feels great. The wire strippers, or whatever they're supposed to be, make for amazing jimping. I don't feel like my thumb's gonna go anywhere on this. G10, very grippy. So this is just a little slippery on the titanium side. That's about the only thing I'm not liking, but it fits the hand great. The pocket clip is very round, so there's no hot spots, very flat, as compared to like a Benchmade pocket clip. You see how it just goes up right here? Well, that is kind of a little bit of a hot spot, as to where this goes up and then comes flat again. The lip on this thing is perfect for blue jeans. Let's see if I can show you. Sorry, I know it's probably upside down. Okay. My pocket is ripped from another knife that is very grippy G10 on it. Yeah, the fit and finish on this thing, guys, is awesome. Like I said, in the hand it feels great. There's not a single hot spot. I know a lot of people do this, you know, carry it upside down. Oh shit, we're good. Yeah, even backwards, my middle finger goes in that little groove perfect. Very comfortable. You hear some lock stick. Hear that? And that thing is like snapping loud too. That was quiet, of course. Hear that? When it's closing, very solid. Mine has no blade play whatsoever. I only have one free hand, so I can't really show you right now. Oh, I have an autofocus. I didn't know that. New phone, guys, new phone. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Yeah, so in hand, this thing feels great. Like I said, it's super smooth. It's got a little bit of lock sticks, and pencil solve that without a doubt. I've done it before. I think it just came off after I cleaned it and I forgot to put it on there. Super smooth. Love the knife. Haven't used a bottle opener. I don't drink anything out of bottles or that require a bottle opener. But I trust that it works great. The detail on this thing is perfect for me. Let me hit the table. Okay. Close it. And as a guy who just loves flipping his knives, this is awesome. Okay. There you go. So yeah, guys, overall, I believe these go for $170. I know he has a DPX H.E.S.T. It's a lot smaller than this one. I probably won't get it because this is just, it's already small enough. It's perfect in my opinion. The edge I put on it was very easily put on. It took the edge very well. It cuts very good for a D2 steel again. For $170 knife, $70 knife is what I think this goes for. I would say it's absolutely worth it. I showed my brother, he loved it. He's actually left-handed, and he's like, man, I wish they made it left-handed. Well, good news, man, they do. The lock bar, so I'm just trying to go along as I go, or show you as I go. Yeah, so they do make a left-handed version. The lock bar on this thing is, as you can see, it comes out a little bit. It's very easy to play with, to disengage, very easy to get a grip on it. The jimping probably isn't necessary, but it's not something that hurts the knife. I love it, it's perfect. He said that lock stick right there, that can be solved with pencil, left-handed. Okay, it's not a problem to use left-handed for me. I try and practice using all my knives, both hands. Okay. Yeah, guys. Oh, that's another thing. As you can see, the hex bit goes through both sides, even on the titanium. So when you stick it through, it'll hit that pocket clip on the back and it'll stop it. So when you're really dogging down on something trying to tighten it, you don't have to worry about it pushing all the way through or anything like that. Come on. There we go. So yeah, guys, for 170 bucks, I'd say you're getting a killer deal. I love it. Very comfortable knife, very awesome to use. This does do a pretty damn good job, in my opinion. You have a sharpening notch right there. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Highly recommend this knife. Anything I can think they could improve, maybe put a insert in there to keep it from sticking or anything like that. Supposedly, I think it was nothing fancy. I didn't watch his reviews. Reviews are like an hour and a half long, not literally, but they're about 45 minutes long. It's a very thick blade stock and everything, but supposedly he used it in the real world, quote unquote, and developed some lock rock or something. One big negative that I read on a lot of blade forums is the guy who made the knife is apparently a dickhead, which is not cool. He's very cocky, like, my knife's perfect, blah 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 blah. You can't tell me I did anything wrong with my knife, it's perfect. That's from blade forums and stuff. If you just Google it, I don't think I'm gonna ever have to deal with it. I don't plan on using this knife. Absolutely ridiculous. I have other knives. This is definitely not a safe queen or anything. I think I only have like 2 of those, but it's just one of them knives that is just a lot of fun to have, a lot of fun to carry. Could flick this thing all day. The lock bar tension is great. It's very easy to use. Getting it past that detent. It goes a little far before it gets past that detent. That's the only thing I'm having trouble getting used to. Is there's breaking the lock bar, and then there's the detent. It's all the way there. So lock bar, detent is all the way right there. So yeah, guys, overall for the price, I would say this is a great knife. I would definitely get another one. I know they have them in black G10, the DPX H.E.S.T. I'm not sure if they come in G10, but I know both sides definitely come in titanium. It's kind of like got a pattern on it. I don't really care for it. It's a little fatter, it looks like, and a little more round on the scales, like that. But yeah, just to end, the stuff people say about that is absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, he's utilizing it as more than a lock bar stabilizer. He's actually giving it a purpose other than just preventing idiots from overextending their lock bar. And now I can't even, it's not going anywhere. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I probably won't ever use it realistically, but the fact that it's there and has it does not hurt the knife. It doesn't take away from the knife. If you think it's gimmicky, that's fine. But I know there's one knife I had, I don't remember what it was, but if it had that on there, I probably wouldn't have had to send it in and then trade it, because it really took away from the knife for me. Because like I said, when you spine whack it, again like this, I probably should do it with gloves on, but I trust this knife. When you spine whack it like that, the lock bar would pop out. So you spine whack it and the lock bar would pop out and it would close. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope this gave you any information you wanted to know. Last thing I forgot to mention, the box. The box comes with a little tool. It's a very nice little box. It's a brown box. It has his DPX skull logo on it. I think it's a skull, and it has his logo on it. So the box fits this knife perfectly, and it comes with a little tool that has a key to take this out. If you notice, it has those shapes. The key fits in those grooves perfectly. And it also has a little wedge and something else on it. It's a pretty useless tool overall. Still cool that it came with it. Yeah. So, alright guys, thank you for watching.